We did a Battle of Crete episode, and it's true because my mother was a little child during the occupation of Crete. The Battle of Crete is a wild...
His mother grew up in Nazi-occupied Greece.
Yeah.
Wild.
And so what the Nazis would do is they would take a girl from the village, because they were marching troops through all over the place, through the mountains. The guerrillas, the Greek guerrilla fighters, which was the local populations, they were also with the British and New Zealand and Australian troops, but they would pluck them off because they knew the terrain, and they would pluck them off, guerrilla warfare. So the Nazis were so brutal but smart in a devious way. They would take a girl from the village and put her up high on the truck to march through that area of that village, so the guerrillas wouldn't shoot. So they were going to take my aunt, my mom's mother. So they sent my aunt to go hide in the mountains, and the Nazis came to my mother's parents' house, to her house, and my mother was like 7 at the time, and they came with their flashlights. They pulled the sheets back of my mother, and supposedly like she was too small. So they kind of knew they wanted a girl who was like teenager, kind of tall. So it wasn't too brutal because it was like a little kid, but it was like enough that it would ward off the guerrillas from firing at
but
them.
what is it, guerrillas? Because if they missed, or if Nazi got shot, then they would kill the girl
Yeah,
on
they're
the
basically
truck.
going, it's basically a hostage, going like, we're taking a village girl, putting her up, and making her visible because they don't know the terrain. Crete is very mountainous, and so then they would do that. And they were going to take my aunt. So
That's
a
wild.
family friend who worked for the Nazis, because he spoke German, warned my family about it. And then that's when they sent my aunt to go hide in the mountains.
Oh my God!
Wild stuff. Yeah.
Right.
And then my mother said that there was a Nazi soldier who would come to their house every single day. They had to let him in, and he would go to a room every day, and they didn't know what he did in there. It's a family mystery. Nobody knows what he did. They let him in. He'd go to a room by himself, and nobody knows what he did. Maybe he took a nap. Maybe he was a spy. Maybe he was a double agent.
You just had to let him in.
Had to let him in.
Crazy,
Occupation for
Yeah.
3 years.